Had to put the waterproofs on, but the summit is right there. It's very windy. We're nearly there. So today I'm in the Lake District and I'm staying at a cottage which is just below Catbells, and the plan today is to hike up to Causey Pike, which is 637 meters I believe, so just over 2,000 feet. So it's not a massive mountain, but it's only about 5 kilometers away, so it should be a nice little hike. However, the only thing that could make it interesting is the weather. Now, depending on who you ask, it's either going to be sunny and probably not raining, or it's going to absolutely pour down with rain. Summit! And many of the mountains have been covered in cloud and it's been very windy. Yesterday when I was cycling, there's a tree in the way, it was insanely windy, so hopefully it won't be, but we shall find out. I've made it to the top. It's slightly windy. So today I'm in the Lake District and I'm staying at a cottage which is just below Catbells with a bunch of kayakers that I know from university. They're not just random people that I've decided to crash their cottage with, but they're currently out on Derwent Water, which is literally just down there. It's right there, and they started this morning in the pouring rain, but I've waited a bit and it's currently dry. As I was just coming down from the cottage, all of the kayakers were coming out. I think Junie looked quite amusing with all of her sort of kayaking accoutrements. Yeah, there's a lot of sheep, unsurprisingly. It's just like being in Wales, but we could also hear the sheep at night just bleating away. I must admit, I do love walking through the forest in the Lake District because they're so wet. It's a little bit like walking through a temperate rainforest. It's very atmospheric. So that's where we're staying. Apparently it's home of experiences. I feel like I am having experiences, so let's experience this. And I'm already getting quite hot actually. I think I'm going to have to strip off. Yes, much to think about. Very important questions. I've brought, I think, 1,000,000 tons of clothing with me, so I'm prepared for any eventuality. I just heard from the kayakers actually that it's very windy out on the lake, so I'm expecting it to be windy on the mountain. It's funny, I didn't realise that I was walking this way, but about 5 years ago I last walked down here and I actually took a picture of this building and the mountain in the background, and this is the picture. I even actually printed it out and stuff. It's quite a fun picture, but I didn't actually realise that the mountain in the background is actually the mountain that we're climbing today, so that's quite a fun coincidence. So right behind me is Catbells, and we're just walking along this path through the valley. It's very flat at the moment, so it's very nice and easy introduction to the walk, because I think the last time I was here was like the last time I was here was actually doing wild camp, wasn't I? But I don't know, I'm really rambling to myself. I feel a little bit like Bilbo from The Hobbit. Like I'm just setting off on another adventure, and I think it's actually in Lord of the Rings, isn't it? When he like goes walking off and with his little staff and he's humming to himself. So I've really got the Pink Pony Club song stuck in my head, but yeah, I think this is not really the Pink Pony Club. This is the Lake District Club where we get wet. base of the mountain. And first up is Rowling End, which is a sort of a smaller summit, before we then go up a little bit more all the way to the top of Causey Pike. Now, I think there will be just a little bit more wind. I guess we'll find out. Ooh. It's very nice day though, considering this morning it was terrible, absolutely terrible. But yeah, I should check I'm going the right way. I think I am. So yeah, I did walk past the start of the mountain as I was speaking to the camera, but here it is, start of the trail. So now I think I'm gonna get really sweaty. So I pretty much immediately had to take my jumper off, but good thing is that we're currently shielded from any of the wind, so I think it'll be a pretty okay start to the climb. But it's already reasonably steep, to be fair. So, but it's only 600 meters, so it's nothing crazy. The clouds, they're going across the valley so quickly. The wind up top must be extremely windy, but still it is pretty gentle so far, and there's just been a bit of light scrambling. So I've made it to the top of Rowling End, which is around 400 meters, so we've done about 2/3 of the climbing. It's very windy, but I've kind of ducked down, so hopefully you can hear me. Behind here is where we are going. I stole this for breakfast. Well, not stole, but just a little brioche roll, just to keep you going, you know. Hopefully the tin foil doesn't blow away, but yeah. So I'm just at the final bit, and it is, well, effectively the cloud came in very quickly, and now we are just, as you can see, completely whited out, and it started raining, which I guess was kind of half the forecast, half not the forecast, but you know, luckily I have my waterproofs and stuff, so yeah, it's not raining too much, luckily, but it has completely whited out, and the view is completely gone, which, you know, I guess is how that works. But oh, it's actually clearing a bit. It's actually getting a bit better. Good. Summit. The summit is just right there. It's completely whited out. It's windy. We're nearly there. I've made it to the top. It's slightly windy, and I promise you it is actually the top, even though you can't actually see that I'm at the top, but you'll have to take my word for it. It's slightly windy. I feel like the weatherman. Okay, so I had to come down from the summit because it's just crazy windy. I did film a little clip. Who knows if that made it in? Probably, although I may have to have dubbed it because it was just like the wind was mega. But yeah, on top, it's really cool, but the cloud did actually clear slightly, and then it's been coming in and out very quickly. But down here is actually a lot less windy, so that's good. But yeah, I think we're going to be making our way down, and I think it's a bit drier down actually, but the clouds were kind of coming up and down the summit, which was pretty crazy. So I've made it off the mountain. It was rather windy up there, but getting down wasn't actually too bad because obviously the wind came down a lot and it wasn't raining. Now it's raining a little bit. This is a very nice bridge here that goes over the road, and there's a little bit of a ravine. So there's a nice space to finish this little hike, this very windy hike, but you know, the wind adds to the fun. You know, unlike in cycling where you're like cycling into a headwind, it's not very fun, but when you're getting blown around on a mountain, that's kind of fun, you know? In fact, I was coming down the mountain and these women were asking me what it was like at the top, and I was like, windy, very windy, much windier than where we're standing, and she was like, well, that's what we're hoping for, so fair enough. So now I'll be going back to the cottage, so it's only a couple of kilometers from here.